Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, Trelawny landscaper killed in hit-and-run incident. A 61-year-old landscaper was killed in a hit-and-run incident in Trelawny on Saturday night. He has been identified as Balford Green of Blackwind District in D-Side, Trelawny. Head of the Trelawny Police, Superintendent Winston Milton, says Green was hit by a vehicle along the roadway between Green Park and Hammersmith in the parish. The vehicle did not stop. The police investigation has commenced, and we are asking members of the public to contact us with any information they may have, said Milton. Green was pronounced dead at the Falmouth Hospital at 8:30 p.m. Saturday. Rio Cobre fish kill impacts the water supply to some St. Catherine communities. The National Water Commission is advising its customers in Spanish Town and the surrounding areas in St. Catherine to expect a low water pressure or intermittent supply due to the suspected Rio Cobre fish kill incident currently under investigation. The NWC says it has taken preventative action to suspend raw water inflows from the Rio Cobre River source into the Spanish Town treatment facility. However, it says the facility remains operational, utilizing its stored reserves and augmenting with supplies from the Eastern Headworks wells. The NWC's regional manager for St. Catherine and Clarendon, Garwayne Johnson, says that the NWC is closely monitoring the quality levels of the raw water intake as it awaits further updates from the relevant authorities. The following areas may experience low water pressure or intermittent supply: Spanish Town, Westmore, Hampton Green, Lakemore Gardens, Newton Avenue, Nugent Street, McCoy Land, Mayfair Mews, Brunswick Avenue, Job Lane, Whitewater Meadows, Heartlands, McCook's Pen, Labour Gardens, Sydenham Gardens, and Wedgwood Gardens. Additional areas include Willowdene Housing Scheme, Hopedale Housing Scheme, Old Harbour Main Road, Horizon Park, Sydenham Villa, Cromarty Grove Housing Scheme, Valdez Road, Homestead, Lucky Glades, Cross Road, Phoenix, Innswood Garden, Seville No. 2 Housing Scheme, Salt Pond Housing Scheme, and Dunby Holding Housing Scheme. The National Environment and Planning Agency said it was alerted to a fish kill along a section of the Rio Cobre in St. Catherine about 6:45 a.m. Saturday. It said initial observations indicated that the cause may be associated with a caustic chemical. Dog owner to pay $1.5 million after Rottweiler attack. A St. Anne videographer will have to fork out $1.5 million in damages plus the interest, including plastic surgery cost, to pay a businesswoman after she was attacked and bitten by one of his dogs. Last month, the Supreme Court awarded damages to the complainant Leonie Lewars, who had filed a personal injury claim against Curtis Senior for negligence. Lewars was attacked by 4 dogs and bitten multiple times on her left thigh and knee by a Rottweiler belonging to Senior while walking in her St. Anne neighborhood in Bel Air Runaway Bay. She was awarded $975,000 for general damages and $51,666.24 in special damages. Both awards attracted 3% interest from May 16, 2016 to November 8, 2024. Lewars also received a future medical expenses award of $450,000 to cover her plastic surgery for the scars on her thighs. Senior, however, had denied negligence, claiming he did not leave the Rottweiler unchained. He explained that the Rottweiler freed itself and that this was the first time it had broken free from its chain. However, Justice Tricia Hutchinson Smith, in the recently published judgment, found that the Senior had breached his duty of care owed to the defendant to properly secure his dog, and found as a fact that the defendant failed to adequately secure the dog. Although he sought to assert that he would check the collar with his hands, Mr. Senior made no mention of any maintenance of the chain and or collar to ensure that the dog would be safely secured and the strength of both was preserved, she said. Lewar's case is that on May 16, 2016, she was walking along Orchid Drive at approximately 6:35 p.m. when 4 dogs coming from an unfenced property owned by Senior attacked her. One of the dogs, a Rottweiler, bit her on the left thigh, causing her to fall. She experienced excruciating pain and struggled to break free, requiring help from a neighbor who used the umbrella to assist in removing the dogs. She sought medical treatment at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where she was administered injections and received the stitches for the wound. Lewars said she continued to experience pain and swelling in her thigh and knee and sought further treatment. Last year during the trial, she told the court that she was still affected by the attack and was unable to perform simple tasks that were never a challenge before. She also told the court that, as a result of the incident, she lost the opportunity to earn Canadian $450 weekly as a nursing aide in Canada. Additionally, she was the breadwinner in her family and has been unable to provide for them due to the constant pain in her thigh. Lewars did not provide any evidence to support her financial loss. Senior, during his evidence, acknowledged that he owned 2 dogs, a Rottweiler and a mongrel, but both were secured in his yard. However, he said that on the day of the incident, he heard the commotion and saw his Rottweiler coming through the gate and realized that it had got loose. Senior said that after securing the dog, he assisted Lewars to the doctor and covered her medical bill. Under cross-examination, he stated that he secured both the dogs by tying them in his yard and had done so on the day before the incident. He maintained that the dogs are always chained before he goes to work at 7:30 a.m. and they are still chained when he returns from work. When asked whether he chained the dogs because of their propensity to bite, he responded by saying, "No, sir, thieves broke into my house 2 times, so I chained them at the front," he said. Senior also denied that the chain was broken. Instead, he said it was the collar, which he had tested the week before. Senior also maintained that he had seen 4 mongrels along with his Rottweiler, and although he had seen Lewars' injuries, he did not witness the actual dog bites. Attorney Sean Kinghorn argued on Lewars' behalf that the evidence was overwhelmingly in support of the claim for negligence on the part of the defendant. He urged the court to accept his client's evidence and find that liability for her injuries lies solely with the Senior. He submitted that there was no dispute that the Senior was the owner of a Rottweiler dog, that Lewars was bitten by a Rottweiler which had escaped from where it had been tied. Attorney Law Denise Senior Smith argued that Lewars' narrative about how she was bitten was not true, as she had stated in her claim particulars that it was 4 dogs, while in her witness statement and evidence on the stand it was 2. She contended that this was a material inconsistency, as she had not amended her pleading to address the issue. The lawyer further contended that her client had made it clear that he did not see his dog biting Lewars and that it was her duty to prove her case of negligence, which was not done. But the judge, in her assessment, said, on a balance of probabilities, I find that the Rottweiler was not properly secured and was able to break free from its collar and the chain in order to leave the yard and attack the claimant. This situation would not have occurred if the defendant had not been negligent. For the foregoing reasons, the court finds that the defendant had breached the duty of care owed to the claimant. Pointing to Lewars' inconsistencies, the judge said, I did not believe that the inconsistencies went to the root of her credibility, and I found her to be a truthful and reliable witness. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.